Okay, welcome back. We're in our next installment here. We've only got a couple more pages and a few more features that we're going to look at before we get to the exciting part of publishing and putting it onto our tablet. So what we're going to do is I'm looking at the sample document here, and in our sample document there are two images here. One, we've got the annual growth cycle of a spider orchid, and down below we have a diagram of an orchid. So brought in a few different pictures to do that, some text, and what I have done in this one that we're going to recreate in our new example is that it has some animation features. So up here, I'm going to go ahead and click on animation so we can see, and we're going to preview the spread so we can see what it looks like. So as you can see, what's happening is the pictures are sliding in to place, and that would be on page turn. So as you turn to that page in the document, these will kind of drift into place. There's some other options, but I thought that was kind of a good example of animation properties you can add to images. And so I'm going to go ahead and close the preview window. And we've got our animation window open here, and again, we're just looking at our example document. So I'm going to go over to our practice one that we've been building. This is the last page we were on. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that again. So we're going to click and drag that over the new page button, and we're going to delete all this stuff. We're going to set up something new. So I'm clicking on those assets, removing them from the page, and let's bring in those other new graphics. So we're going to go File and Place, and in the Assets folders up here we have a diagram and annual cycle. So let's go ahead and bring in the annual cycle. And again, when it first loads an image, it kind of holds it for you until you click and drag to the size that you want it. Let's resize them again later. So again, we could have brought in both of them and clicked and dragged them. We'll go ahead and File, Place, and grab that other one. There's our diagram, and that one. So there we go. Command Z that, and then I'm going to click and drag out this one. And you can see they're aligned, same size, almost. Let's see if we can't stretch that out a little bit. There they are, both the same size, alignment on the sides. And nudge this one up to the top a little bit more. Actually down, the arrow keys. And this one maybe down just a smidgen with the arrow keys. Okay. And in order to attach an animation property to these, we're going to go ahead and select the object. And then we're going to come over to our animation panel. Bring that to the forefront there. And we can see there's our asset, the annual cycle. And we're just going to select a preset. And we're going to go into here, and I chose on the previous example I chose a move in from the fly in from the right. That was it. And you can see a little motion path there set up, and we could preview that to see if it's working. There we go. See it's sliding in. And we're going to go ahead and do that to the other image. So select it. There's our asset. And I'm going to choose fly in from right. And we can preview it one more time. And there we go. Both images sliding into place. And again, lots of other options for ways that things could be animated. Different types, any type of graphic and text could be animated in this way. So lots of different options to play with and try around. And again, That's adding animation, and then we're just going to finish off by adding our labels. So we have the annual cycle of spider orchid and diagram of orchid. So we'll take our text tool, drag out our little field, diagram of orchid. And then highlight it in the field there, start scaling it up. Right, and let's get that matching font that we've been using. So I'm just sticking with Charlemagne, and I'm going to tighten up that box a little bit, dragging around it, and then I'm going to move it over and put it next to the diagram. Oops, diagram's down below. There we go. Let's move it down here. Keep it even with the graphic. Okay. And then the other one was the annual cycle. Our text field. Highlight it, scale it up, drop that down below there, continue scaling, and change that font again back to Charlemagne. Oops, lost the end of it, and it's too big in that new font, so let's see what the font size was on this one. So I'm going to highlight the previous one. It's 27 points. So I'll go ahead and match this up here. Bring it back down to 27. And then shrink up our text field there. And drag it over. And it's too big. So we're going to fine tune it a little bit there. Let's pull that box down. And take the text tool, hit return. Alright, so maybe both of them are a little too big. Let's go ahead and bring them both down. Let's try maybe around 24. Sounds good, looks good. Bring this down to 24 as well. And maybe let's see about adding animation to that. About having that fly in from the top. And that one too. Maybe that one flies in from the bottom. Everything's flying in. Test it. Text. Picture. Excellent. So we've set up another page, and we've added animation to our graphics and text, and now we're ready to get onto our last page and then publish.